Hey, 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 look, I gotta thank God without, bro, I wouldn't be. I started with a half, now I keep a couple pieces. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Money don't grow on trees, but trust I keep a forest. And I grew up the poorest, dog, so what's your excuse? I flip bags out the shoe in my daily commute. The south side to the east, dog, the north side to the west. If I make it back from Cali, thank God, cause I'm blessed. And I never got caught. Dog, I never broke laws. I put some motherfuckers just for running their jaws. Like what you heard about me? Well, you finna see. I don't play with disrespect, dog. Nah, me. I'm from California, I. At the end of the day, where we flip bags, bang rags, fuck minimum wage. Bro, I grew up a bastard. It's only right. I'm a rapper. Was always good with mathematics. That's only right. I out traffic. I flip work. I broke hearts. I made it out the slums. I'm from a city now where you gotta keep guns. That's Phoenix, dog. The meanest weapon hotter than the sun. And I ain't the only one, dog. We all got clips. But my clip don't jam. This that Russian stick. AK-47 just to rush a bitch. I got bitches for sale. I ain't talking about hoes. I made my first 10 grand off some cookies and bones. Nigga. On some puppies and bones. I have my little nigga coming up your house with some bowls. Pull up with the members and you know what's the goal. You better not play with big bro. Have niggas right at your throat. She keep talking about her nigga, but she know he a hoe. One false move and you know we on froze. Race not to fold. No, this ain't nothing I chose. AK with the stick and it came from big bro. We get it in by the low. Yeah, that's all that we know. I gotta do whatever it takes to get my mama home. Yeah, my mama home. I gotta do whatever it takes to get my mama home. Look, go get the album, man. The EP. Look, I know they talking shit, that's why I'm living with a stick. I'm like a bitch the way I'm scouting for the bitch. Regardless what you did, dog, I ain't never switch. All about my chick, just keep your hands about my dick. I don't even trip, cause I know no one told you. Sloppy with the trick, cause I do it how the pros do. I can put you on, come on, baby, lift up and watch daddy, he gon' show you, dog. This rap shit be regular, fuck niggas. I don't see competitors, we ain't the same, cause I be letting her. And I know your type. Why you sweating her? Acting just like Nicky, all these niggas trying to find me, but that tough talk and slimy shit, wet it up. We can knuckle up. Really, what you want to do, shit. I could grab that thing and make a double dutch. Shout out Buddha Evie. He just doubled up. Type of shit I'm trying to see my youngest coming up. Still ain't heard about Evie, been I fuck with us. Don't let me lock eyes with your bitch, I'ma fuck it up. I don't lie to my bitch, she gon' help me come. I told you little niggas, I'm the chosen one. I'ma show you little niggas how it's really done. Peak game, little brody, bet I make up fall in love. Look, I know they talking shit, that's why I'm lipping with a stick. Something like a beat the way I'm scouting for the pitch. Regardless what you did, dog, I ain't never switch. All about my shit, just keep your hands up on my dick. I don't even trip, cause I know no one showed you. Sloppy with the trick, cause I do it how the pros do. I can put you on, come on, baby, lift up and watch daddy, he gon' show you. Watch daddy, he gon' show you. I can talk shit real nice and sell dope too. Every time you swipe your card, it never go through. Nobody answer when I call. I'm in the Pro Tools. I might die if I don't got it. That's why I toast tools. That's why I toast blinks. I like to smoke shit. When I get the M, I'ma flip it. I won't post pics. The hoes let her say that I'm tripping because I do shit. Used to stack your tickets, stay on the business. Get off the perk shit. Every time my phone ring, it make me crack a smile. What you mean I be put up? I'm out in traffic now. When I pull up on me playing, I'll pack you down. I gotta keep like 5,000 just to rack around. But I gotta keep a nickel just to speak. My kids think I'm rich, so it cost me a ticket just to eat. It's hard to stack a 50 up when you been spending 10 a week. I ain't had no hard hits, so I told Twin to sit a freak. Look, I know they talking shit, that's why I'm living with a stick. Something like a pimp the way I'm scouting for the bitch. Regardless what you did, dog, I ain't never switch. All about my chick, just keep your hands up on my dick. I don't even trip, cause I know no one showed you would do it. Do it how the pros do. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed Sunday. You already know it's your boy Suave Flex, man. Suave. You already know Suave Suave Flex. And let's get it, baby, because we flexing on everybody. I hope, again, everybody's having a great night. Let me turn this brightness up right quick, too. Perfect. We are good. Awesome, man. Again. Welcome to the Splash Brothers live trading call every Sunday. We've been doing it since March of 2025. All right.
About to almost be a year. All right. About to almost be a year that we've been doing these calls every Sunday. We are on top of it. Why do you think we're succeeding? Because we are consistent. We're not slacking. Okay. Nobody's perfect though. Okay. I just want y'all to remember that. But again, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in tonight. I got this desk. I'll stand up, man. This is pretty lit. I'm standing up while doing this call, so I feel a little bit good, you know? Nah, I'm just kidding. Let's get it though. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. If you don't know, now you know what we're doing. This is going to be TSQ. TSQ. You already know what the splash bro got
You know,
5
what the
a.m.
fuck we doing, but it's various hours.
5
I
a.m.
always some
sessions
connectivity. I hope
and 4 hour trend that we're focused on, 30-minute structure, 15-minute entry. Okay. We trade Tuesday through Friday, morning trading, risking 100 pips on a point zero 0.02 max, 2 losses per day. We typically catch 50 pips to, I'm sorry, 50 pips. And then once we hit that 50 pips, we break even on that. We're going for 200 plus, 200, 100 pips, 200 pips, 250 pips plus. And if you were in the chat today, we sent out a trade before the call. And if you were in that, you definitely either secured 100 or you secured the full bag of 200 pips. That's awesome. All right. So congratulations to y'all that made that money in the XAU USD chat because all we're going to talk about tonight is gold. That's all we do, okay? That's what the Splash Brothers are about. But like I said, let's get into it, man. 4 hour chart, all right? So 4 hour chart, if we look at this following TSQ, following Splash Bros strategy, we notice that you could see what are we in? Uptrend, okay? Uptrend. Even showing something that I'm going to show tonight, we already know that this was going to be uptrend, even if it came back down right here to this area, okay? Because you always know that there has to be a retest, and I believe this was even market open. Yeah, market open today. Retest, boom, shot right back up. Happens. That's what we wanted to happen, okay? But following market, following TSQ, you would have known, okay, quarter level, okay? Because if you don't know what these orange lines are, these orange lines right here are going to be our quarter levels, okay? So that's what the Q in TSQ stands for, quarter levels, okay? We're looking at these quarter levels and noticing that these are areas that gold likes to focus on, that gold likes to either respect and follow trend and either up or to the downside, whether it's consolidating, because we can show some consolidation times where we didn't know what was going to happen with gold, like right here, boom boom, just gold was just bouncing and then it finally broke through this whole area, 4025, that downtrend, 40 4,000, I'm sorry, 4,000, it broke under. Right when it broke that, that's when you knew structure was what? Structure was down, even up in the top. I think we talked about this last call, up to the way top. Like, come on, structure was down. Okay, following trend. Following trend is what is going to be your friend. I've heard it since 2018. 2018, the trend is your friend. The trend is your friend, I promise you, okay? So, right now, what are we noticing for TSQ? What do we see on the 4 hour chart? And me personally, I like uptrend. I've already seen this uptrend. Even if you grab right here, we can even grab a trend line to the bottom and focus right there. Gold is respecting this right here. And if we see, again, following TSQ, market structure, if we see this thing break below 4,000, or I'm sorry, 3975 again, then we know what trend we're in. We know that we're in that downtrend once more. Okay? Because currently we could be in this uptrend following this EMA right here, but I'm not looking at the EMA on the 4 hour. I don't want to do that. My EMA is going to show me my entry, my structure. I'm sorry. So 4 hours trend, 30 minutes of structure. So let's go to the 30-minute chart. Okay. If we focus on the 30-minute chart and look at that trade hit for 200 pips right there. If you got that, you got that. Congratulations. Like I said, it's an awesome trade that we called out. Man. Awesome trade. So if you're looking at structure on the 30-minute chart, this is where you could follow that EMA right here. These other ones right here that I have are from smaller time frames that I'm watching, and that's why I got that confidence to throw out that trade to the chat. Okay? That confidence came from following the strategy, following, again, market structure. If we already know we were above this, again, it wasn't on the 4 hour because this new 4 hour, what happened at 6 p.m. If you got in this trade, if you got in this trade 6 p.m., so it's what? Right here, 9, 8, 7, 6, right here. 6. Okay. So this trade is going to go up. This is going to 40.25, no doubt. 40.25. Mark my words right now. Going to 40.25. Okay. Because we need to go catch whatever's up here. Whatever's up here in this area. Okay. But let's go back to our structure. Okay. Let's go back to our structure. I don't want to confuse y'all. We're following TSQ. TSQ is going to be, again, trend, structure, quarter levels. Okay. So trend, structure, quarter levels, we already know what trend is on the 4 hour chart. We're on uptrend right now. If we go to 30-minute, we see the structure. It's uptrend. Come on, guys. Like, let's be for real. And we also, if you want, you could even say that we close the gap. We close this market gap right here. And that's awesome. So, meaning once we close that, we basically opened with the sell and we close that gap where we could even come back up here, like I said, 40.25 and retest that. That's going to be a quarter level. So at 10 o'clock, where this new 4 hour is going to come in, we know like, oh snap, look at this. This thing's going back. So you're 100 pips away from 40.25. So looking at this market structure on the 30-minute, this is where I caught my entry, okay? Now I'm going to show you guys my entry, why I was confident in taking this trade. This is going to be something that I'm adding to our community, something that that I've learned, okay? Following this EMA. This EMA was perfect. Once I seen this crossover, I waited. I want to retest. I like the retest. Once it crosses over, it always has to retest, okay? Because I noticed something on the 3-minute chart, okay? And I have this marked up right here to where, damn, I'm gonna have to put that back. But this is where this is where I noticed market again, it hit, okay? It crossed over, broke over the EMAs. I'm like, okay, uptrend. Let's see the retest. This is a retest right here. I caught it on the 39.95. Market always has to pull back a little bit, and you got to trust your trade. Once I found it right here, oh snap. Once I found it on the 15-minute, my entry for TSQ, this is when it broke right here. Right here is when it broke. So 1845, that's like what? Like 3 something? No, I'm sorry. Like 5, almost 6 o'clock. Almost 6 o'clock. Boom. Right here, 6 o'clock. I caught it at 6. I was like, okay. It closed over on the 15-minute. We got the retest. It even came back down right here. I'm sure people got spooked out, whoever was in the trade. Came down 50 pips. I have 100 pip stop loss, proper risk management right here. Hey, $10. That's cool with me. I'll take the 10. Because I'm building right now. I'm showing you guys, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. If we're out here fucking, excuse my language, because I want this to be as professional as possible for the future traders, future people that come into this group chat. You can cuss though too at the same time, be on that Call of Duty. But at the same time, finding this trade was easy and confidence, following market structure, following that. And again, taking this trade was easy. 100 pips secured, $10. I'll take it. Secure the profit. Don't be greedy. Okay. You could have caught the 100. You could have left your stop loss. Could have been cool. And that's where trust in the trade. Yeah. I already knew the trade because again, we're in what? Trend. We're in trend. We're following TSQ. And if we follow TSQ, we're in what? Uptrend. Okay, guys? We're in uptrend. And that's how we were able to capture that. Now, I want to focus on what can we see right now. What's going to happen? Okay, what's going to happen? You see that we're getting a retest. This would be like considered a golden zone. I would even call this a golden zone right here. For 4,000. 4,000 is a golden zone. Right here is a golden zone. Get a retest right there. And now if you see where, again, the new strategy that we're throwing in, if this EMA closes on the 15-minute, closes and crosses like this little yellow circle like that, how it crossed, if y'all can see that, how it crossed like that on the 15-minute, we want to see that break, cross over once the market or once that candle closes, and let's see what happens, because this thing could open right back up. How it probably did something like this, where it was tanking, 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 came up. This candle probably closed, but this one was still probably playing a little bit. It was probably, just down, coming back up, down, coming back up. Therefore, this next candle, when it actually finally shot up, it closed. This next candle became that what? Retest. This next candle, 15-minute, came back up. That's where I caught it right here. I caught it on this 6 o'clock candle. Okay. I think I even caught it right here, honestly. I think I caught it at the 5:45. Okay. I have to go check my time frame. Oh dang. See what happened. Did I freeze up? Did I freeze up? I think I froze a little bit. Can y'all see the screen? There we go.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, is it still recording? Should be recording.
Should be.
Yep. All right, cool. My fault, y'all. So when you see that happening right there, that's when I'm gonna want to take my trade. So again, we're still in that retest mode. Golden zone is gonna be 4,000. I keep saying 40,000. It's gonna be 4,000. That's a golden zone for a retest to catch for the buy up to 40.25. Okay. Let's catch that right there. And I'm gonna send this into the chat where you guys could catch that 4,000 play right here. Proper risk management. That's almost what? 250 pips. 250 pips, not almost, it is 250 pips. And if you're going to go in at 4,000 or 4,001, make sure you're at what? 100 pips would be 39.91 right there. Okay. Risking 10 to make 25. Okay. Risking 10 to make 25. You got to be happy with what you make. Okay. This is it's not a long-term game. It doesn't have to be unless you got the leverage like that. And, if you don't, that's cool. Build the account, proper risk management. Follow the strategy. It's going to work. Okay. So this is one golden zone that I see. Anything that crosses over with this EMA, again, we're looking for TSQ. Okay. TSQ. Right now we have an hour and 44. I think time frame actually changed. Daylight savings or something like that. So an hour and 44. So at 11, we're going to see this next, we're going to see this next chart break, this next 4 hour actually break up. And if it breaks up above 4,000, what's going to happen? It could either come and touch our golden zone or it could just take off. Okay. Which is very, very possible. Now, if you're trying to find that, where are we going to find that? We're going to find that right here when this golden zone breaks. Okay. If we get something above this, if we look left and CJ, how did I find that? Suave, how did I find that? Or how did you find that, golden zone? What the heck? You just like put a line right there. I looked from left to right. Okay. I noticed that this is what? A strong support, which then broke through. Okay. This resistance is going to be that 40.25. If we break above this last strong support, resistance right here, 1, came back down, 2, shot down, market open, 3, boom, came back down, retested, didn't want to go down, came back up. Now we're watching for this break and close. If we see this break and close above, what do y'all think is going to happen? Come on. Talk to me. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, Stacy. All right, so look, we're going to go up right there, okay?
Yeah, and so CJ, in this market condition, bro, go to the 4 hour
Yep, let's do it.
and then do your downtrend in the 4 hour.
The downtrend above right here or below this?
That's make your candles a lot smaller, like so we could see the shape a lot smaller.
Oh, this is 4 hour. Oh shit.
Yeah, like that. Okay, now do your downtrend from the top. Your downtrend line
Which top?
from
There's
that structure right there, from that top structure. Yep. Give me a trend line straight down.
I mean, it's okay. No.
Well,
Yes. No.
that could be one, yeah, but like if you would have had it, if you would have had it a week ago,
Go get my boss.
like take it underneath around there, yeah. So
Oh.
the reason why it's so dangerous with that trend line right there because that's how you would draw that 4 hour downtrend, and it broke out, right?
Yup.
So the reason why it's dangerous is because there is a strong resistance right there in that 4,000, if it's 25 level, right? 4,025, where you have that white golden zone, which it is. It's a strong resistance zone. So like right now, personally, with trading a point zero two, I sat out the trade because I seen the call, right? But with trading lower leverage trades, certain trades like this I might not want to take, because if 200 pips is really my if 100 pips is really my TP, then cool, we could trade it, but you got to be active that 30 minutes trading it. You want it to hit quick, you want to get out. And if not, then you don't want to stay in it all night, because this is a place where it can reverse and stay going down, because
Exactly.
it's just such a tricky area, because on the 4 hour it's a breakout. So, with the breakout, it could be a breakout or it could be a fake out. You know what I mean? So with that being
Yeah.
said, when we wait for it to go higher, like how you were saying, the close above, like it could even go dramatically higher. It could go 400 pips higher, but then when it retests down, now we feel more confident about getting in. And
Taking that
then
buy.
and then not only do you feel confident with the strategy, but then you got to start pairing it with what time of the day it is. So if you see the breakout closes above at 4 a.m., and then at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., it's dropping down. So like let's say it goes way above, CJ, and then it comes back to retest at 6 a.m. Ooh, that's look 5 a.m. That's looking good for entries, because now we got NY open and we got volume in the session. And so now we're gonna see if it is gonna move that way. Most likely, 9 times out of 10 is gonna happen within, a certain amount of time. You don't have to be staring at the charts all day, because you should see the move happen. Even
Right.
if it does take off and then retest and take off again, a lot of times, when the volume comes in the market and it actually is going to move for sure over like trading right now and just waiting, how it's just sitting there right now, because a 4 hour could sit there too.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? It could be very consolidated. And if that's keeping you in the trade, then you want to step away and make sure that you're trading and not gambling. Like that's very important. But this is the mindset when it comes to this entry. It can break out big, but you just got to be careful for like manipulation, because it could even because the problem is you could be right, but if you're too early, you're still wrong. And when it comes to your account, it can't afford to be wrong. It could only afford to be right 9 times out of 10. Like you got to have a positive RR. You got to have a good win rate. For it to be profitable, it has to make sense. So with that being said, what does it mean you could be right, but if you're early, you're wrong? That means right now you could be in on sales and say you entered where CJ has his white line at, and you're in drawdown, and then 2 minutes later it could drop lower to his bottom
To
his
the stop
recent
loss.
to the recent lower high.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It could literally, like CJ knows, everyone who's experienced knows, it could take you to the lowest low of your account and then reverse. Like, you would think it was personal, but it really is just so many people on average have around that same mindset. Like, oh, you think it won't drop 700 pips in the 1 minute? Like that type of shit. You think that, and you want to over leverage, and this is where you're gonna take that entry? Nah, it's gonna keep dropping, and it'll be nothing like what you're used to when she's respecting it. So then that's when it throws off your mindset. So with that being said, I just want you guys to know, when we come into an area like this, that's why it might make sense for you if you're trading low capital and you want to be hella profitable. You might say, hey, I'm gonna sit out a couple days, and then guess what? That green candle might be fucking 2 bars higher, 2 quarter levels higher, and then now you have a better bias because you didn't trade the breakout zone. Now you're trading continuation. And that's another thing too, where if you're trading New York mornings and you're keeping it tight on the sessions that you're trading all day on gold is bad, because you don't notice the same characteristics. But if you're trading, like, you guys got to start thinking, if you're trading every morning New York open, or if you're trading gold open in the afternoon, whatever you're trading, if there's good volume, you got to think, if 100% of the wave is gonna happen, how can I profit with catching 30% of the wave? Maybe you get better, you start catching 40%. Then you get to 47%. Then you're catching 60. Whoa. Then you're catching 70. Like, hypothetically though, all you need is 40. You know what I mean? You could do it with 20. You could do it with a little bit, but the idea, and there's people who do, like my brother John, catching 10% of the wave real quick, boom, over and over again, do. But the idea is if you could catch a substantial amount of the wave, let's say 50% of the wave, actually just 40, because you want to be able to get in and you want to be able to get out maximum decent. You feel me? It's not just important on your entry, it's just as important for your exit rules. If you're not following your exit rules, you're gonna find yourself pretty lost. And like, I have students right now and people asking me like, you said this or you said that, or like I got in late and it didn't hold or whatever. A part of trading, there's different styles to every trade, or unless you have your rules very tight. If you're only scalping, then that means you shouldn't be sitting in a trade and worried about CJ talking about how high you could go. You were supposed to close 30 pips ago. But you could be a scalper and then you're like, okay, this one trade, this stop loss right here, I put to the side for a swing. I'm gonna let that motherfucker rock. But you gotta have the mindset to say, okay, I did do that. That doesn't mean I could afford two losses on the scalp side. That means I low key can't take any trades today because I'm putting it all on this one swing. So you have to start accommodating and balancing that out. And even with that, when you're more consistent, if you're gonna take a volume of trades on gold, then you have to keep taking those volume of trades on gold. You can't catch three losses in scalping and then think that swinging doesn't work because you took a loss on top of three losses of scalping with the swing, and now you're down whatever percent. You know what I mean? You can't think that way. You know what I mean? So it's like with these approaches, every setup isn't an A plus setup. So whatever's your A plus setup, you guys gotta know like, okay, I can leverage the full size of my position of what I typically would. And if it's a B plus setup, if it's a C setup, then you got to start considering that as well. Reduce your size, wait for a better entry. You know what I mean? Don't get in where it was just at the quarter level. Wait for it to bounce where CJ just put it. Because there is times where, like, if I'm up and I have room to like, if I have room to have a bigger stop loss, I'll get in right there because I don't want to miss the opportunity. But guess what? That means I'm risking a bigger stop loss. So then what does that mean? I probably only get to take the one trade if I'm going to follow my rules. And then that just goes into your discipline because when you take that loss, it's going to be hard because your brain's going to tell you I only took one loss. So technically, blah, blah, blah. But no, you put it into one position, the stop loss, the size. You got to walk away. And you could watch it take off in front of you. And then you're going to tell yourself, well, part of it is just trading and being consistent. So if I take this trade and I make it back, then I'm winning. But that's not it because that leads to blown accounts, that leads to other problems, that is not practicing discipline. Practicing discipline is the only thing that I've seen that this year I can say now took me out of a negative account to back to profitability. But then also too, the only way I ever flipped my accounts last year. I always did it with being locked in, turn 80 to 900, turn 60 to 600 in the chat, put it on YouTube, blah, 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 made the withdrawals. That stuff was cool, but the only time I ever messed up was when I didn't follow my rules and I got influenced by someone who was around me and I over leveraged certain positions just based off of the hype. Like, yeah, okay, like we're catching trades. Like, no way I could go 4 for 4 missing the homies trades. Like, or it'd be like a parlay. Like, no way I go this many times and you know what I mean, and strike out. But hey, it happens, and it's just the like that's just my luck with that type of experience. But fortunately, I haven't had many, but that is something that I dealt with, and I just realized like yeah. Even right now I was taking a shower and when I hopped out I was like, yeah, it's not my session. It's not my time to get in. And I don't know where she's at right now, but like when I seen CJ post the 100 secured, I was like, I considered where it was at, and then I was like, I missed it already. Like that good of a move, you had to be in it because like look at where the original trade is. That's perfect. That's how I know CJ's getting better at it because CJ in the beginning too, when I explained it to him, he used to probably depend so much on the quarter level, but like you got to start accommodating 50 pips underneath it. Because if that's the move, then the move's gonna happen around like 50 pips underneath the quarter level.
And then you get stuck trying to take it up here. And then when you're already up here, you see shit like this happen, and then it fucking scares you, or it breaks all the way down, and you try to over leverage because you think, oh shit, Suave just made 100 pips, Joe just made 100 pips, it's gonna
Yeah.
fucking go up. No, that shit don't happen like that. Like Joe said, we're all getting better at catching these trades. That way you could literally accommodate to getting in early and sniping that shit. The only reason I got in was because this right here. This is an extra tool that gave me that confidence to push that buy button and make that money. Okay. Just like how it's doing right now. Look how it's retesting off this golden zone. You could have had that confidence and said, oh snap, it hit that golden zone. Let's go in. But you got a risk right here. You have a risk in mind of 100 pips if it loses. But you have that $25 TP. Sam, I know you're gonna deposit tonight. Thank you for being on the call, bro. I appreciate you. I know you was cooking dinner. The only reason I sent that text was so that way you guys could eat. I want you guys to eat. I want you guys to make money. You, Edgar, Danny, you guys are in the chat. I'm gonna throw you in that text message, Joe. I think we could throw this one too for the Splash Bros. Anybody's number that you might have that might have questions.
I bet.
I just added you. But I sent that in the chat too. But we got 10 minutes left, man. If you got any questions, definitely drop them now. Drop them in the chat. No worries if
Tell
you
Sam,
don't.
tell Sam what's good because I know he has to have some questions.
Sam, I know you're on the call. Sam's on the call. No, I think he was cooking though. I'm not sure if he's on the call. That was earlier. Sam, you there? My boy fell
Yeah,
asleep.
yeah.
I'm like, my boy fell
Um,
asleep.
no, I'm just here with my girl.
No, no worries. You good, bro.
No, no, yeah, man. I'm just trying to get better at, I guess, yeah, just reading. I try. I mean, like when as I lost all my money before, but before that, um, like I tried to like go down the line to try to see if I could catch like the the trend. There we go. Try to catch a trend, but I guess it was just a wrong call. But I'm just trying to like learn as much as I can
All right, so look.
before going in for sure.
All right, well, can you share my screen real quick, CJ, or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing mine, and then I got 10 minutes left on this call. We got 10
No,
minutes.
yeah, I just wanted to show him an example of something real quick.
Bet. I'm gonna stop sharing, and then I'm gonna make you host, and then you should be able to share your screen. There you go. You're good.
You can see my screen, yo.
Yep. I can't see it yet. No, I can't see it yet.
Dang, how do I share it? Hold on. Um, dang. Um, oh. It used to show me before. Hold on. Oh, okay. My bad. I couldn't find it. My bad.
At the bottom, there's a little menu.
All right, look. You can see?
Yeah,
All right, so look, we're teaching you on the 4 hour, right? So you see the 4 hours. So right here, CJ's calling the macro trend right here, the 4 hour. He's calling it's a buy, it's an uptrend. I see that, right? But like I showed, I also see where the downtrend just overflow is like it could still be going down, and it's at the EMA right there at the top, the red. It just bounced off of it. It rejected it. It could still follow, but it could also cross over and it could shoot up. It could do a lot of things, right? So with the 4 hour though, like you see that wick on the 4 hour, you see that wick?
Yeah.
That's on the 4 hour. What you gotta do is start considering, okay, CJ said buys 4 hour. Let me go to 5 minutes and see what that looks like. When you do that, bro, where'd you get in at, CJ?
Right there at 6 p.m. So at what is that? Where are you at? You're on the 5 minute?
Right here?
18:30. 18:30. Right there, 18:45, 18:30. 18:45, 18:30.
So what price did you get in at?
Oh, 39.95. 39.95. That's when I got in.
Okay. So look, now we're okay, this was 5 minute. Now let's take it down to 1 minute. Okay, so look, Sam, on the 4 hour, you just seen a big ass wick, right?
Yeah.
So that means 4 hours or whenever that candle was, bro, when you would have been looking at that 4 hour, it would have been all the way down there long and red. It wouldn't have looked skinny wicked up because that's how the candle closed. So when you're looking at it, that shit would have been all the way low. When it was over here, it would have been all the way low, fat, big ass red fucking 4 hour candle, right?
Yeah.
Bro, once it broke up here, look, 3060, 3964. You saw it shoot up 100 points. Now you're like, oh shit, it's gonna keep going up. Like it just shot with some momentum. It came all the way back. The second time on the EMA, okay, you got in on the re-entry and now you're just flying. Look at one of these candles. You wouldn't even have been there 10 minutes and you would have seen that shit fly, break above, and then start flying. And you would have been like, oh yeah, I caught me a fucking big one. You feel me? Like this bitch can
Yeah.
run. Exactly. So that's what like CJ's talking about the EMA too. Right here, you want to use the EMAs because when it stayed playing off the EMA, now you know the trade ain't totally lost. Like if it was gonna keep going, it'll keep going and get away from that EMA. So that's how you could use it. It stays close to the EMAs, right? Because they're the averages.
What is the
But
What is EMA?
this green and this red and green lines,
Okay.
they're just moving averages.
Okay.
So hypothetically, if you take the high and the low of the two prices at any given point or whatever, they're saying this is where the commonality in the price is. Like this is a middle range.
Yeah.
But right here, when it went right here, bro, you would have been out of this area in 2 3 minute candles, and then on your 4 hour, you would have went to your 4 hour. You would have went to your 4 hour, and that's when you would have seen, bro, this big ass wick from 3961 all the way to 4,000.
Yeah.
That's 400 pips. And then on the 5 minute, two, that's 400 pips from down here. Look, like that easy, bro. If you would have got in anywhere around here, you would have looked at that structure. Look. Oh, fuck. Picked the wrong one. I know it's about to end right now, CJ. Where's it? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I got about 2 minutes.
Right there. You would have broke above. If you entered right here, you would have broke above. And once you broke above, look at that's the 5 minute. Look at the 1 minute. Little break and retest. Watch. Very small. On the 1 minute. You can see it. Look.
Yeah.
If you can't see it on the 1 minute, check this out. If you can't see it on the 1 minute, check this out. What's that? A break? Retest. Micro, right? Long story short, that's the idea, bro. It's the structure. So, like, quick off of this quarter level, bro. If you see CJ getting in up here, that's great that he took it, right? Because the TSQ, like I said, it tells you, like, once you're up a certain amount in the trend, like CJ taking this was the good area to take it because he had the confidence and the knowledge that it shot up from here. So now he's just in a part of a continuation phase. Taking it down here was risking and gambling. Whoever took it, they came out on top, and that was just where it happened to train. It's not necessarily a risk and a gamble. if you had under indicators indicating that this was a strong zone, blah blah blah, whatever. But you could have took this, and if you would have took this, and you're thinking this many pips, then you got to think when you enter down here, you want to risk the 100 pips. You want to risk the 100 pips, which is right there, and if it goes lower than that, you don't want to lose more. But you know the risk to reward is so fat from down here, so that's where you could risk 100. If I was CJ or anybody else, like when I get right here, this is where I'm more inclined to risk 50 because I'm just scared. Like I don't want to take the unnecessary loss usually, and like it
We
did
got a
above
minute. We
four
got a minute,
thousand.
brother. We got a minute.
All right, usually like it did above 4,000, it shot up. But you got to start consolidating it down to the smaller time frames, and once you have a break of structure to your like bias, if you think it's bias and it breaks above in a buy, you want to start considering that. You know what I mean? Like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's what could keep you safe.
yeah,
Maybe
I
let's
got
see.
you. We need to.
This call's being
I was,
recorded, so if you need to come back and just watch it again, watch it. All right, brother. That
yeah,
way,
yeah.
it'll be
I was
uploaded
gonna,
in the next literally 5 minutes.
I was gonna say we should like do an in-person session.
There you go, Joe.
So yeah,
No, CJ said he already wanted to do one.
All
He
right.
yeah.
said he wanted to teach y'all how to deposit or something.
No, I know how to deposit. I just want to learn how to do it, like in person.